name is Oral Gibbs, and welcome to Speaking of Everything. With me this evening is none other than Councilwoman Mrs. Maria Buncamper. How are you doing this evening, Councilwoman?
I'm fine. Thank you, Oral. Good evening to you. Good evening to your viewers.
It's good to have you here. It's been now, 4 months since you're out of government.
That's right.
And what have you been doing so far?
Oh, I took a good long vacation, and now I'm back. I have reestablished myself in the private sector, and at the same time, I carry out my responsibilities as a member of the Island Council.
Now, I know there's a lot of things. In fact, early this year, Councilman Leves blamed you for actually being the person that caused him a lot of problems, and a lot of people on the island were very concerned and worried about the statement he made about you in the Island Council regarding his mother and so forth. And we understand now in this new executive council and this government that he supports, it verifies that you did not do the things that he accused you of at the time.
That's what it comes down to, Oral. And it's very unfortunate that a man would stand in the Island Council, although knowing very well he has immunity and cannot be held legally liable for what he's saying, but that would just bring his mother into his situation, you know, for whatever reason. I understand you're under pressure, yeah, but I think still you're supposed to be able to limit yourself with the type of expressions you make. But fact is, he made accusations about me that you know, involved a doctor card and social welfare of his mother. I, in the beginning, decided, you know, I wasn't even on the island when it happened. I came, you know, back a month and a half later, and still contemplated not bothering with it. But as it is in St. Martin, you know, if you don't clarify things, then it lives a life of its own. So I decided to get the verbatim report of exactly what was said, which I got from the Executive Council. I also then, as a result of that, posed questions to the accusations made. And just last week, I received the answers. And basically, it's very clear. The Executive Council is saying absolutely no truth to the accusations. The councilman's mother has a doctor card, has it since 2000, in fact. And mind you, I was only in Executive Council in July 2007 until June 2009. And there has been no interruption in the doctor card nor the social welfare. In fact, it is valid until 2011. So I really feel very sorry that he had to do this and particularly bringing his mother into this.
And any reason why he picked you?
You know, I guess there could be a million reasons. You know, I'm critical. Oral, the Executive Council, at least for a long time, as I sat in it, had 5 members. You know that for a while, Councilman Leves was not active. And so, but you sit there in Executive Council, you are liable, you are responsible, you can be held accountable for the decisions made by all. So if you are a commissioner, Oral, and you come in with a proposal, I have not only the right to question it, I have the obligation, if there are things that are unclear to me, to ask a question or two. And if I don't agree with it, to give my comments accordingly. Now, it happens between all of us. It used to, you know, it is the way you are expected to operate. It's the way you are expected to carry out your responsibility as a member of the Executive Council. At the end of the day, you are responsible for that decision. And if that is seen as being difficult, then, you know, I am difficult. But at the end of the day, the decisions you take there are on behalf of the people, and you need to make sure that you are taking the right decision.
Well, I'm going to move on to something else, but at least you can say you've vindicated that, it's proven that he lied about you on the floor of the Island Council, basically.
Yes.
Now, Councilwoman, when you look at, you also was responsible at one time for Telem. You brought in someone from the Netherlands to fix the problem of that 800-pound gorilla in the room. That's going to, if we're not careful in the future, is going to cause enormous amount of problems for St. Martin. right now there's no one running the company. It's on autopilot. And how you feel about the whole Telem affair so far?
I am disappointed and I'm also worried. We had a presentation in the Central Committee, a meeting that our faction, the Democratic Party faction, requested. So far we've had one company. We have requested for all companies to give a presentation, give us a status of affairs. Telem did so. Very good, clear presentation. And there are a few things that came out. One, yeah, they need to get a CEO, because right now you have the CFO, the sort of financial manager, as well as the technical manager. They have teamed up, and the marketing manager, they have teamed up, and they are management right now, but it's a temporary situation. So that's an issue. Further than that, they cautioned the members of the Island Council that all this changing of managers, this changing of course is not good for the company. They are very much in favor of continuing the reorganization, and they emphasize the fact that the company needs finances, whether it is through getting direct finances to invest in new technology in order to keep up. They also could go ahead and get a strategic partner. Now, you know that the company was given the go-ahead to go and talk to potential partners. Right now, it seems that all of that is on hold. The reorganization has been put on hold. There's no progress being made with seeking potential strategic partners. And the clock is ticking, because as the telecommunication environment continues to liberalize even more, something that is really out of our control, because remember, telecommunication is still a central government responsibility. They set the laws, they determine the policies. So in an environment like that, where there's so much competition, where Telem's basis is only 30,000 subscribers, if you don't keep up with the technology and you can't broaden your scope, then the future is clear as to what will happen. So what we emphasize, at least as our faction, to the company and to government, is that you need to take action, and most importantly, you need to take care of the human resources. You need to take care of the people. When I was the Commissioner of Telecommunication, I had a very good relationship with the union, who was also very conscious of the fact that the company needed to move on. It needed to reorganize. It needed to really actively and competitively participate in this telecommunication market.
But it's going to have to be much more efficient, and they're going to have to. The bitter pill to swallow is that it cannot continue with the employment rate that they have right now. But also, Constance, there was some talk about a lawsuit from a company who felt that there was some change. What happened there exactly?
The Telem won that case.
They won that case, so that's no longer an issue right now.
No longer an issue, no.
All right. So, but you think politicians like yourself are going to be ready to make that step? Because a lot of people too, at the same time, don't want 51% of government-owned companies being sold to outside companies.
It's a difficult thing. It's so difficult. There are so many structures that are possible. At the end of the day, you have to put yourself in the seat of the person or the organization bringing the money. What am I getting and what am I giving? Am I willing to put millions into a company that I'm not going to have control of? Maybe the control is not necessarily share control, but equity control. So there are other ways of securing the investment that a potential partner can come with. But those are things that need to be decided on. And no, they are not popular political decisions. And I think that's what that company has suffered from all these years.
All right. I understand that